If you think you can learn coding in 30 days and crack a coding interview, I'm sorry, my friend, I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to happen. Hello there, this is your friend, the Lean Programmer, and today I'm going to discuss a realistic timeline that you need for preparation to start coding and to get into a tech company as a software engineer, irrespective of whether you have a college degree or not. So if you're a complete beginner, do watch this video till the end because I'm going to cover some very interesting and very major and important points in this video. So a lot of videos, you must have come across a lot of videos which say zero to an expert in 30 days, crack your first coding interview in 30 days, in 40 days, in 90 days. But when you actually try it, when you actually come to the ground reality, when you actually see the truth, you keep applying but you don't hear back. You do a lot of things but nothing changes. So the fact is that things don't change in just 30 or 45 days. So in this video, I'm going to give the realistic timeline and the exact steps that you need to follow to crack your first coding interview. Watch this video till the end. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Lean Programmer. Anywhere between 8 to 18 months. Well, obviously, it's not a hard fact. Depending on how much preparation you already have, it might take less, and in some cases, it might take even more. But an ideal timeline that you can aim for if you're just starting, it is 8 to 18 months. No, not 30 days, not 90 days, and in most cases, not even 6 months. It can take 8 to 18 months. But the beauty is that in these 8 months, 10 months, or sometimes more, you will learn a lot of things and the journey is going to be beautiful. So I am going to divide this whole journey into 3 phases, and without wasting any time, let's start with the first phase. Phase 1 is learning the fundamentals, learning the basics. What you need to do in this phase 1 is 3 things. And before you jump onto these 3 things, what's the timeline? First phase can go all the way to minimum 3 months to a maximum of 6 months. If you take more, it's fine, but try not to exceed 6 months. So 3 months to 6 months. First 3 months to 6 months will go into completely basics, learning the fundamentals. 3 things here. First thing is decide the language that you want to learn. Don't spend too much time over it, because at the end of the day, during coding interviews, more than the language, your logic, your algorithms, and your problem solving aptitude matters more. Alright, so pick up one language. Well, if you have decided that you want to become a web developer, maybe JavaScript can be your choice. If you have decided that you want to become an Android developer, maybe you can choose Java. If you have decided that you want to learn something new like Golang or something else, it's up to you as well. But stick to it. One language, pick one language and learn the fundamentals of programming. Basic fundamentals of programming start with loops, iteration, variables, and so on. Simple. Second thing in the phase 1 part 2. Second thing in the phase 1 is learn basic data structures and algorithms. And the third part of the phase 1 is try to have at least one, try for 2, but if 2 is too much, try to have at least one real world project by the end of these 6 months. Alright, there are a lot of things that you can build, but I'll give you one tip on what you should actually build. If you're not getting any ideas, you can obviously just build out any Netflix clone or anything. But what I prefer and what I tell my students, my viewers, is look at your life, look at the various things that you do daily, and is there something that you come across and just think, hey, why is it not automated, or hey, why is there no app for this, or hey, why is this not done in a better way? Try to think of a software based solution for that. And now with AI, almost everything is possible. So if in your daily life you're coming across anything that you feel could have been improved, try to think of a software solution for that and build it. So this was your first 3 to 6 months. Now the phase 2 is where a lot of people give up, and I don't want you to be one of them. So I'm going to break down how your phase 2 should look like properly. Your phase 2 will involve around 4 or 5 steps. Step number one is start learning about Git and GitHub. Git is a version control system, not going too deep into it in this video, but I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel. You can just go and click on the YouTube, my channel, and search for the Git playlist, where I teach you exactly how to start learning Git. It's very important because if you have to collaborate, if you have to work with real engineers out there, work in team, you should definitely know Git. Second thing is start learning about APIs. I know I told you to build a real world project before you even start learning APIs, but that's the beauty of it, because when you start learning a real world, start creating a real world project without enough arsenal in your hand, without enough knowledge in your hand, you'll start learning something new. So the second thing in the phase 2 is start learning about APIs, start learning about more of the backend stuff and all. Now the third thing in the phase 2, which is again very very important, is deploy the project that you built in the phase 1. Or if you were not able to build any project in the phase 1, it's completely fine. Start building a real world project now, because now you know what are APIs. Now you have a little bit of knowledge about backend, get a little bit knowledge about front end as well. Well, this is obviously apart from your DSA knowledge. This is the real development knowledge that you can talk about during your interviews. Obviously, DSA is again the most important thing in coding interviews today. So the next thing in the phase 2 is go deeper into DSA, data structures and algorithms. That's very very important. So in the phase 1, you started learning DSA. You spent 3 to 6 months into very basics, arrays, strings, numbers, linked lists, stacks and queues. Now go deeper into the more advanced concepts, more advanced algorithms, bigger, I would say bigger data structures like graphs, trees and stuff, and start solving medium to difficult level DSA problems. Which brings us to the last thing that I want you to do in the phase 2, which is going to be solve at least 200 and around 300 if possible in 3 months. Yes, it's a tight timeline. In 3 to 6 months for the phase 2. Phase 1 was 3 to 6 months. Phase 2 is also going to be 3 to 6 months. Try to solve around 300 lead code problems and try to solve a little more of the medium to hard level problems. The key here is consistency. So what you need to do in phase 3 is, first of all, start building a good resume. Try to put the real world projects that you built, try to get some internships, start applying to a lot of companies. Well, this is the most difficult part, I won't lie. You might apply to 20 companies and days will pass, sometimes weeks will pass, and after applying to these 20 companies, you might hear back from only 2, and you might get an interview offer only from 1. And you might get rejected from that, and even worse, you might get ghosted. But you have to remember that consistency is the key here. So you need to keep applying, you need to keep building your network, you need to keep getting more referrals. This is the real application phase. Okay, let me give you some actionable tips here. The first action that you need to take is build a strong resume. If you want me to tell you how to build a strong resume, comment resume, and I will make a new video altogether on this, giving you some tips on how to build a rock solid resume that your recruiter cannot ignore. All right, number 1. Number 2 is start building your LinkedIn network. This can be done even before the phase 3. You can start this in your phase 1 and phase 2 as well. You can just keep posting what you are learning, and if you got inspired by me today, just post on LinkedIn that hey, I started learning coding interview preparation by watching this video and of Madhav, and tag me. I would love to see who all have started learning it, right? So start building a good LinkedIn network, because LinkedIn is the place where you can get referrals, where you can build your network, where you can actually get to know what others are doing and actually share what you are doing, and a lot of recruiters are going to notice you. LinkedIn or Twitter. LinkedIn can be a bit more easier, Twitter can be a bit more hard to crack, but both of them are fine. You have to remember that you need to use social media to get yourself the branding, to get yourself the acknowledgement, and to get yourself the visibility of the recruiters. Third part is, once you have enough network, once you know enough people on LinkedIn, try to get some referrals. And the fourth thing is, start applying to the companies for internships or for full-time offers, depending on what you're looking for. But do get referrals and then apply. Once again, you might apply to 20 companies, you might hear back only from 2 of them, but that's completely fine. You need to keep going, and there's no one that can stop you. For some, it might take 1 month, for some, it might take 6 months, but if you keep going, no one can stop you. And before ending this video, let me tell you something very, very important. A lot of you might think that coding is the hard part. Coding is not the hard part. The real tough part is consistency. Staying consistent when you don't see any progress. You have to believe that you're on the right path and keep moving, because you won't see results on the day 1 or the day 10 or the day 100 as well. On the day 1, month 1, you might feel, hey, this is interesting. Month 3, you might feel, okay, this is a bit tough. Month 6, you might feel, okay, why is nothing happening? Why am I not getting any offers? Month 9, you might think that maybe I should just quit. Maybe this is not for me. Month 12, you might feel that, oh, hey, actually I'm improving. I'm able to do hard problems faster now. And maybe just after that, you crack your first coding interview. So remember, consistency is the key.